Welcome to my next Better Call Saul Season 6 episode review video. Before I get into that, though, pretty important, if you're not caught up to the point where I am, everyone you're watching Better Call Saul, or you're just not entirely sure, then you definitely need to take the initiative and pay attention to the episode's title, which of course I'll mention, as well as put in the description. If that happens to be the case, if you're not caught up, it would be my recommendation that you don't watch this detailed review any further to avoid any potential spoilers. And full disclosure, I've already seen Better Call Saul all the way through one time. It's one of my favorite shows of all time. I do like Breaking Bad more, and Breaking Bad is one of my top 5 favorite shows of all time. So if you want to check out any of my Breaking Bad content, with about 20 seconds left to go in this video, I'll put my Breaking Bad seasons ranked right there. I'll put my El Camino, a Breaking Bad movie review, right there. I'll put my favorite episode review of Breaking Bad, Season 4, Episode 13, Face Off, the Season 4 finale review, right up there. And then I'll put my Breaking Bad Season 5, Episode 14 review of Ozymandias right there. So check out any of those videos and make sure you like and comment. And be sure to leave your ranking of your favorite Breaking Bad seasons in order. But hey, we're talking about Better Call Saul here. So with all that said, this will be Better Call Saul, Season 6, Episode 4. The title of this episode is called Hit and Run. And this will be my review reaction recap after just finishing watching the episode. A middle-aged couple dressed in tracksuits, Mr. and Mrs. Ryman, ride their bicycles through a suburban neighborhood, criticizing the decorative choice of a nearby house. They return to their own home, where a group of heavily armed men working for Gus Fring are milling about. One of the men sits at a surveillance station in the Ryman's living room, closely monitoring CCTV feeds of Gus's house. Howard Hamlin drives his Jaguar to his therapist's office. During the session, Jimmy, who has dressed himself as Howard Hamlin in a manner similar to his appearance on his JMM billboard, carries a traffic cone and hews duplicate keys to the Jaguar. After leaving the traffic cone in Howard's parking spot, he takes the car to the Crossroads Motel and picks up a hooker named Wendy, who is involved with Jimmy's plan. Of course, we know Wendy from Breaking Bad, who had involvement with Jesse, and then Hank tried to, teach Walter Jr. some stuff with her, and she got mad. So we have seen Wendy before, so it's good to see her again. Kim meets with Cliff at an outdoor coffee shop. She proposes starting a pro bono practice and asks Cliff for guidance, as he has connections to state government. At the same time, she secretly sends text messages to Jimmy, or sends a text message to Jimmy via her phone under the table when she texts go. Jimmy recklessly drives the Jaguar around the corner and slams the brakes just past where Kim and Cliff are sitting so that Cliff can clearly identify Howard's car. He then pretends to violently eject Wendy from the car, with her cursing at him the whole time, and Jimmy speeds off as a confused Cliff Maine looks on. Jimmy drives back to the therapist's office, satisfied that the plan has apparently worked, but finds that someone else has moved the traffic cone and parked in Howard Hamlin's space. Thinking quickly, Jimmy parks the Jaguar over the yellow strip area next to the space, wrenches the patient's only sign out of the ground, and jams it into the place in front of the car, just barely managing to finish up and scurry out of sight as Howard Hamlin approaches. Howard, not noticing the switch, drives away. A few seconds later, the patient's only sign falls over. So Jimmy's plan worked just barely. Kim drives Wendy back to the motel and hands her an envelope of money as payment for her participation. Wendy spots an unmarked sedan nearby and assumes that undercover cops are watching her. Kim hands over a business card and tells her to call if she finds herself in trouble. Kim spots the sedan following her in the rearview mirror. Eventually, the sedan pulls away, but Kim remains uneasy. Jimmy recounts his ordeal with Howard's parking space to an amused Kim. She, in turn, tells Jimmy that Cliff Maine bought into her proposal. Kim then recounts her sighting of the sedan after dropping off Wendy, concerned that she and Jimmy are being followed. Jimmy, speaking from his experience as a con man, tells her that she is feeling anxious because she got away with the setup on Howard Hamlin and assures her that no one has caught on to what they're doing. Jimmy arranges an appointment with a client at the nail salon through his earphone. However, he finds that the staff at the courthouse, including the council administrator, are suddenly treating him with coldness. He comes across Assistant District Attorney Bill Oakley and helps him force a packet of food out of the vending machine. Oakley simply walks away upon been giving the packet without giving thanks. When Jimmy demands an explanation, Bill Oakley explains that he is being ostracized for scamming the court into releasing Lalo Salamanca. Jimmy challenges Oakley to present proof of the allegation. Oakley replies, "There's proving, and then there's knowing." Kim is having lunch with a client at the El Camino dining room. Gee, shout out to El Camino, a Breaking Bad movie, when she spots the unmarked sedan across the street. Deciding to confront the situation directly, she walks up to the sedan, writes down the car license plate, and speaks to the two men sitting inside. The men won't say if they were following Kim or to what organization they belong. Kim threatens to call the car's plates. Threatens to call in the car's plates, prompting the men to drive away. Jimmy continues to be shunned by other lawyers as he is eating his lunch. However, he suddenly finds himself being contacted by multiple prospective clients through his earpiece. He tells each of them all he's working from his satellite office, then quickly drives to the nail salon. There, Mrs. Wynn complains about the large group of shady characters who have assembled inside her business, all of whom want a consultation from Saul Goodman. The first client to approach him is a man named Spooge. We remember Spooge from the episode where Jesse goes to that house and the ATM and the kid. I can't remember what the episode title is. I know it. I just am blanking at the moment. But he refers to Jimmy as Salamanca's guy. Jimmy, although unsettled, accepts the moniker. He meets with Spooge and a friend of his in the back office while he has the other clients form a line outside the nail salon. Kim is approached by Mike, who tells her that the men in the sedan are working for him. He explains that, contrary to what she has been told, Lalo Salamanca is still alive. Kim is quietly horrified by the news. He further explains that she and Jimmy are being watched in case Lalo Salamanca tries to contact them, even though he considers it unlikely. Kim realizes that Mike is the guy from the desert who saved Jimmy's life. She asks why he has approached her instead of Jimmy, to which he replies, "Because I think you're made of sterner stuff." Mike advises her to ignore being followed from now on, telling her that the ordeal will soon be over. As he's about to leave, Kim comes to another realization. Mike used to be the parking booth attendant at the courthouse. He simply says, "I was." Kim is left shaken. Gus Fring continued to be on edge, changes his clothes, and reconsiders wearing an ankle holster. He then goes to his basement, which is revealed to contain a secret passage into the basement of the next door neighbors, the Rymans. In their living room, Gus confers with Mike, who warns him that their resources are being stretched thin as Gus's men are made to work 18-hour shifts. Gus insists on keeping the surveillance in place as long as Lalo Salamanca is still alive. With Lalo having not recently resurfaced, Mike wonders where he could be. Kim meets Jimmy at the strip mall where he found potential office space after Mrs. Wynn kicked him out of the nail salon. Jimmy says that this has been a great day because now he has a bunch of new clients that have already paid cash retainers. Kim doesn't tell Jimmy what Mike told her, but assesses his new temporary office space. It's small, dirty, and smells funny, but it is conveniently close to both the courthouse and the Metropolitan Detention Center. Jimmy considers Kim's option and decides to rent the space. The two leave the visit to a taco joint around the corner. As they walk away, Kim cautiously looks over her shoulder, and that's what ends this episode of Better Call Saul. So, really good episode. Although I'm getting a little bored of some of these episodes. The last episode was amazing, but the other ones have been so good to so. I'm going to give this one an 8.1 out of 10. My character of the episode is going to be Kim Wexler. And you've heard everything that I have to say. Now it's your turn. If you're a fan of Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul, El Camino, I hope you're a fan of all of them, and you want to help me out with the YouTube algorithm, please make sure that you Hulk smash the like button. Otherwise, I'm going to have to send Walter White after you. You know what happens when Walter gets revenge on people. Share the video with a friend. Put this video on any one of your social media platforms. Don't forget to sound off in the comment section about what your thoughts are on this review of Better Call Saul. What would you rate the episode? And who would you choose as the character of the episode? We all know Jimmy's the character of every episode, but aside from him, that's who I'm looking for. Remember to click right here for my Better Call or my Breaking Bad seasons ranked, my El Camino review, my Face Off review, and my Ozymandias review. And then last but certainly not least, don't forget to hit that sub button. You're watching the video anyway. Subscribe to the channel, join the team, show your damn support, and be a part of something special. And you never know what you're going to see on JDev TV.